to Season 3 of 3 Do Who, the monthly Doctor Who podcast where we discuss all things Doctor Who. With me today are my two favorite Whovians, James and Mike. How are you two doing?
I'll let Mike go first.
Oh, I'm doing just fine. It's bright and early here where I am, and it's late where you guys are, so I'm just starting my day. You guys are ending up yours.
No, I'm just starting mine too because Ziggy's been on night shift, so I've been staying up with him, and he doesn't go to bed till like 3 or 4 in the morning when he's on night shift.
And this is my second Doctor Who event of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I forgot to tell you last time because I don't think I knew last time. I've just been to an audience with Sylvester McCoy.
Oh,
yeah,
that was probably really cool.
It was genuinely fascinating because it was the last day of the Peterborough Museum unofficial Doctor Who exhibition.
Oh, okay.
And so we snuck along, we got some pictures of the new props and stuff in the exhibition, and then we did the talk. Mm-hmm. So this is a really nice Doctor Who heavy day for me.
All right.
Very cool. Well, I mean, when is not a Doctor Who heavy day for you?
I believe the next one is scheduled for 2029.
The next non-scheduled. Okay.
No, you joke. No, it's only 1803 by my time. It's
right. Oh my goodness. So should we roll into some Who news?
Yeah.
All right. So as a lot of us were expecting to happen, has happened. Disney Plus ends their Doctor Who partnership with the BBC, and the BBC has committed to continuing the series. I mean, there was no official reason given in the article that I saw, other than I guess poor ratings. But
okay. Yeah, this has been an interesting couple of weeks. So today, of course, is the 2nd of November. Okay, recording-wise.
Yes.
Anniversary is, of course, 23rd of November. And some people do suspect that they'd plan to kind of announce this on 23rd. But, boy, some people open their mouths. And
don't they always?
Yeah. It has been an interesting time seeing the fallout from this. So the first one was the genuinely lovely Robert Shearman. Robert Shearman wrote a whole load of the early Doctor Who audios. He has remained associated with Doctor Who for a very long time. He, of course, wrote Dalek in the first season. And in an interview, he said that Doctor Who was as dead as we have ever known it.
Yes, I read that one.
Referring, of course, to the fact that we didn't have anything to actually look into, which was perfectly true, This does not seem to have gone down well with the Bad Wolves production offices, who have really thrown almost the equivalent of a social media hissy fit. And
not to mention the fans, it did not really go down well with fans either.
Because the trouble was, though, the words, not that Doctor Who will ever do this, the words were taken out of context. And the important compared to and background of, was, they literally just said,
it's dead.
And then to show just how, oh God, when Carol Ann Ford speaks out, there is a problem.
Yes.
Carol Ann Ford did actually confess that, we filmed a different ending. And it is possible that these two outbursts might have pushed people a little too far, hence the announcement. Poor ratings have been commented on, although, to be honest, no one these days has a faintest idea what good ratings are or what expectations there are.
It's totally crazy.
I love the fans. City of Death. Episode 4 of that got 16 million viewers. Yeah, just because ITV was on strike, and that still didn't make the top 10 of the week.
Well, speaking of ratings, this is not anything new either. No. I just watched because it's the 50th anniversary of one of mine and James's favorite properties, the Rocky Horror Picture Show movie. The studios completely got the ratings wrong on it, and quickly canceled it when it wasn't a box office success. And then the midnight movies started, and that completely blew it wide open.
Yeah.
And it's made, I forgot how much it was, like 160 some odd million dollars from midnight movie showings, which are
the other
considering that they're typically the cheapest movies.
The other thing that has emerged, and this has come out through various other articles that are now surfacing about what's going on, there is the suggestion that Disney might not have been happy with Mr. Gatwa.
I can see that.
Well, I mean, we're not even talking performance or anything like that. Apparently, there are suggestions that maybe he didn't put the effort into the publicity that they were expecting him to. I mean, season 1...
I can see that.
Season 1 had quite a big launch over here, but when season 2 started, I mean, there were the trailers on TV, but, that was about it. So I think this is going to be one of those ones where fans can speculate all they want. And there will have been official memos sent around between Disney, BBC, and Bad Wolf and everything. But I suspect that a lot of things were not being documented, particularly formally. And the wording of the press release is also fascinating. Russell T. Davies has agreed to come back to write the 2026 Christmas special.
Yes. And that was it. That's all they say. They don't say anymore.
They have not. And more importantly, he has come back to write it.
Right. Doesn't say he's running the show.
It does not say he's running the show, So, of course, we've got the promise of one episode, and presumably RTD is going to somehow resolve the Billy Piper thing. I would think that, okay, we've had the announcement. We've probably got at least a few, maybe 4 or 5 months before the next big stage. Let's be honest. They normally film the Christmas specials in the height of summer.
Yeah.
So unless something leaks, and it's RTD, so get the diapers ready because that guy leaks. Unless they do, they're going to be able to kind of sit on it now for a while. They've quelled the fan rebellion, and I think we've got, just knowing how the BBC works, I reckon nothing more will be particularly said until May or June type time. Because that also gives the behind the scenes people time to go, what the hell do we do now? Regardless of who is the showrunner, we have the Billy Piper thing to resolve.
Right.
And there is no guarantee that she was actually the Doctor. It could be the Moment. It could be Bad Wolf. So, presumably they're either in negotiations with her now about full-time doctorship, or they are auditioning for people who actually will turn up for work.
Well, I mean, whether or not she's the Doctor, I have a feeling that we'll at least get a little bit of a good story out of that. I'm hoping.
My guess is the Christmas special will be Billy, and it will end with the revelation of the new Doctor.
Yeah, that's more than likely what's going to happen, in my opinion, too.
More interesting for me is the revelation of who's going to be the new showrunner.
Yes, very, very much so. Because, RTD's last season was really chaotic.
And badly received by a lot of people.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So who would be in the running to run the show?
Now, this is the other problem. the state of entertainment in the UK at the moment is pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
The BBC have scaled back all their dramas. You know, they've shut down all kinds of shows where people used to be used as a training ground for people. You know, daytime soaps, that kind of thing. They've shut down a load of stuff. And so, yeah, trying to work out who the next showrunner is going to be a challenge. The other side effect of this, which has not been publicized much that I've seen, is that the war between land and sea has been brought forward. Wording varies depending upon where you read the information. And this is why I think that they are still scrabbling around to sort everything out. The last I heard, read, or whatever, said that it would be available on iPlayer from, at some point in December.
Oh, wow.
But then Disney Plus, not till February or so. And again, that to me screams someone had a falling out. Someone threw their toys out of the pram.
Yeah.
Because that, of course, was supposed to be next year. The fact it has seemingly been brought forward unexpectedly is telling.
Yeah.
Basically, everything adds up to it not being a happy situation. And the one thing I genuinely think is that fans need on social media to back off a bit. Okay, they've made the announcement. You know, it all went really unpleasant. People were kind of getting wound up and everything. I mean, I'm only on Blue Sky. I dread to think what Twitter was like.
Oh, I don't even go over there. And so, yeah.
Do you remember the days when studios would produce things and they didn't care what the public thought as long as they went and saw the show?
Yeah.
And now they put something out and the Twitterverse goes crazy, and then the studios go, "Oh no, we should change because 100 people said it's bad."
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, no, I mean it does with me as well, because it's especially as there are with Doctor Who fans, Christ, trying to work out how to please everyone. Which batch of 100 pissed off fans do you go with?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, yeah,
just need to
many
just need to
opinions as
realize
there are.
just make sure you piss them all off equally. That's the best thing to do.
So basically, Hugh Grant is the Doctor. Then we agreed. You know,
Sure. How about Hugh Laurie?
Wait, again?
Yeah.
Oh, Hugh Laurie. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be
Hugh Laurie would be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, as I think, kind of, hopefully, this will calm social media down a bit. I mean, I made the mistake when I was uploading some stuff to YouTube. I saw some of the thumbnails of stuff it was trying to recommend to me. Yeah, I ain't clicking on those.
Yeah, don't. I watched a couple of them and I was like, these people have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. They're just ranting and yelling into the void.
Yeah. So yeah, the other sad news, Syl from the classic series and from various audios, Nabil Shaban has passed away. And yeah, when you read his obituaries, you realise he wasn't just an actor, because he was, severely disabled and everything. He was a huge activist. And a lot of people seem to have, there's been an outpouring of, condolences and everything. Seems like he was genuinely a decent guy to work with. And yeah, and amazing to have kept going. I think it was like 70s or something that he was in when he passed recently. And active as an activist right till the end. So yeah.
Wow.
Other bits and pieces, very few of them. We're very much into the shallow season again.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also kind of kept it a little short on the news front this time because our topic is massive.
Yeah.
More so than I thought initially.
Oh God, don't tell. I'll get to my bits in a bit. Yeah.
I know.
But the one group of people though that I do feel sorry for, the Doctor Who magazine team.
Oh yeah, they're probably just completely confused and out of order.
Because Ncuti Gatwa regenerated into Billy Piper. We're not going to see the outcome of that till next December. That's 15 issues worth of comic strip that they've got to fill with a Doctor who's no longer the Doctor, the companions who's no longer the companions.
I think they just ought to go back to 14 and follow his story for the next 15 episodes.
Trouble is, 14, there wasn't any space for them.
Well, there's space now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's basically everything is chaos.
Yes.
Let's move on to the main topic because that's going to get even more chaotic.
More chaotic, yes. So in order to introduce more chaos into our lives, I picked the Master for this month's main topic. Because I forgot how many incarnations of the Master there have been. At least
I found more that I didn't know about.
Yes,
did you?
Just in the TV canon, there's a lot more than I remembered, and I'm not even touching on the comic relief doctors, or comic relief masters. I'm sorry. Okay. So the Master is the Doctor's archenemy, a renegade Time Lord from Gallifrey, who is driven by a desire for universal conquest and to cause suffering to the Doctor. Mainly to cause suffering to the Doctor, I think. I mean, it seemed like a lot of his plans were just mainly to piss the Doctor off. So like the Doctor, he is a Time Lord from Gallifrey who fled in his own TARDIS. However, his experience with the untempered schism as a child drove him to madness and a lust for power.
Okay.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was the writers that did that. Because he used up all of his natural regenerations, the Master survives through other means, such as taking over other people's bodies or using a Time Lord regeneration process to reborn in new forms. The Master has had numerous incarnations portrayed by many different actors, and this is in no way a comprehensive list. This is just the television list. So we've got Roger Delgado from 71 to 73, the classic first appearance of the Master, a charismatic and scheming renegade Time Lord. We got Jeffrey Beavers and Peter Pratt from 1976, who portrayed the decaying, burnt version of the Master, which was in The Deadly Assassin. Anthony Ainley from 81 to 89. This was the Master that steals the body of Tremis and continues to be a recurring villain throughout the 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctor eras. The TV movie Master, which we talked about a couple episodes back. The Master is executed, but later seeks a new body and becomes the Saxon version in the 2007 episode of Utopia. Derek Jacobi was first seen as the War Master, a powerful fugitive from the Time War. Then we have John Sim as a villain, but in a different form, politician. That's the scariest one of all.
That's Saxon.
Yes, that is Saxon. Mm-hmm. That's who they were saying regenerated into. Yeah, it's just again like the Doctor. Some of the Masters jumps go backwards and are recursive a bit.
Timey-wimey things.
Yes, then we got Michelle Gomez as Missy, a female incarnation who was initially a different person and was eventually killed by the Sim Master. And our latest TV Master was Sacha Dhawan, the most recent version of the Master who appeared in 2020. He was good. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see more of him. I liked his manic energy.
Yeah.
So while the Master was an adversary, the Master and the Doctor were once friends and have sometimes been forced into temporary alliances, particularly as the only two Time Lords to survive the Time War. So that's just a little short synopsis of what the Master is. And so,
well, the Master is the yin to the Doctor's yin. Yeah. I mean, it's the chaotic evil that runs throughout the series.
Yeah.
And that was literally the intention for the Delgado Master.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were robbed of Delgado's final story because he died in a car crash, sadly.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to have been the big end of Pertwee era Doctor versus Master, and yeah, the yin yang thing was actually going to be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, he's a good villain. I mean, as far as villainy goes, his hatred for the Doctor, but at the same time, his wanting. He's the Doctor's Joker.
Yeah.
To borrow from the Batman comics and stuff. They obviously hate each other, but neither of them wants to live without each other because they'd be bored to tears.
They're best of themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 3 favorite masters throughout the series.
Tell us your favorite masters.
Well, Missy is, of course, my favorite. She was delightfully evil, and so. I mean, she broke the fourth wall. I don't know how many times during the shooting. She just would so much just look into the camera and kind of expose the things going on there. Dewan was the most insanely diabolical
and hot.
I mean,
and hot. Yes. Yeah, he's pretty hot too. Yes.
I mean, I've seen him in other things too. And funny thing is, he has done that whole Rasputin thing, like in 2 other series. So it's his go-to character kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then John Saxon, I would say he was probably the most unhinged of all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, just the way he was manic about everything and shriveled up the Doctor. I always remember that scene in that big control room when they got the Doctor hanging in the cage and he's just getting older and older and shriveling and shriveling and shriveling. And it's like, don't kill the Doctor that way. But just that whole manic of him taking over Great Britain and everything as the prime minister really does kind of bring everything home. It was almost a prelude to what's going on in America now.
Right. Definitely.
Please tell me that America is going to end the same way with the wife shooting the husband. Yeah.
It's a very strong possibility.
I mean, if you watch Spitting Image, she's portrayed as a Terminator.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So it's very, very possible. But
yes. So James,
without the Master, we wouldn't have the Doctor. I don't think, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So last month you said, "Oh, we'll do the Master," and I thought, "Oh, that'd be a nice, easy one."
No,
you have.
I thought
idea.
so too until I started going, "Oh my god, I forgot about that," and I forgot about that
because the Master is one of those topics where, if you watch the stories just as individual stories, especially in the classic series, it's fun, Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes, and
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to realize, no, you've got to watch them in order. And then you suddenly start thinking, oh shit, this guy is even more batshit crazy than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
And the reasons for saying this, perfect example is the first 2 stories that he was in. Okay. So you got Terror of the Autons, and then it's followed by The Mind of Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And so many fans, grew up the random order of the video releases, trading videos, downloading off the net kind of thing. And so you didn't necessarily watch one straight after the other.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch them straight after the other, you realize that at the end of Terror of the Autons, apart from realizing he's about to be stabbed in the back by the Autons, so backpedals really quickly, which is one of his character traits.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
He loses the dematerialization circuit from his TARDIS. So at the end of Terror of the Autons, he is as stuck on the Earth as the Doctor is.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Mind of Evil, he's suddenly doing this kind of brain draining thing with a mind parasite. And you suddenly think, so hold on. Given this story says that he's done this well over 100 times by now, and he's done it the world over, does that mean he had started on the Mind of Evil plan before the Terror of the Autons incident? Or did he have the mind parasite in the TARDIS, and actually there was like a huge year-long gap between the two stories whilst the Master is doing all this weird stuff? And yeah, the Master, it's, when you start to try and get into the realms of Doctor Who continuity, as in kind of like, when does this story take place relative to another one? The Master, he's got so many schemes. How the hell does he plan them all?
Well, he's got a TARDIS. I mean, if
he's got a lot of writers.
Yeah.
I mean, he must basically have one plan go completely tits up, and he must then sit sulking in his TARDIS for like 9 or 10 months with a giant flip chart. Like, okay, right, I've been screwed over by them. The Daleks have done me over. Oh no, I can't do Axos again. How does he...
He's the Wile E. Coyote of the Doctor Who world.
Yes, and they really nailed this in The Curse of Fatal Death. They pretty much described what happens to the Master every single time. I think when you've got two Time Lords both trying to screw each other over with the ability to travel through time and space, it's going to be that way.
And then, to tie in with your idea of they can't live without each other. Okay, so once at the end of Mind of Evil, he gets his dematerialization circuit back. He still comes to the Earth when he knows that the Doctor is exiled there to do his villainous plans on the Earth.
Sure.
There are 15 trillion galaxies, all with billions of stars in. But he decides to carry out his latest scheme 20 miles from Unit H headquarters.
Yes.
It's the whole tempting fate thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to speed right in front of that cop just to see if he catches you.
I mean, by the time we get to the 80s, they've given up on trying to explain his continued survival. You get you escaped from Zarefas then. Right, next on to the new plot. Yeah. I mean, this guy has survived being threatened by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's survived being squashed inside a reforming mountain by fictional people. He's survived being zapped to the other side of the universe, burnt alive, falling into black holes, falling into... Right. And and then I thought, I'll start on the expanded universe.
Oh, big mistake.
God.
Should have left that door closed.
Yeah. Because I genuinely think that expanded universe-wise, the Master is the single most impossible topic to do.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Because I had forgotten a load of stuff, and I had, so a lot of it I had to remind myself of. Okay. Other thing to realise is that although there were Doctor Who annuals and stuff in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on, they had to pay for the rights to use the likenesses and all kinds of things and everything. So it's why in a lot of the early annuals there are no companions, stuff like that. The Master actually is in some of the annuals. They just didn't pay for the likeness. So you've got a character called the Master who looks nothing like any of the TV ones. But what I had actually genuinely forgotten is concurrent with Roger Delgado on screen, the Master was popular enough to make his way into the comic strips of the 70s.
Okay.
And that really, genuinely, that, other than the Daleks, that's basically kind of the only thing that happened. The Daleks because Daleks. But the Master was popular enough that they turned up in the 70s comic strips. 80s, not too much new Master action. As I said, just the annuals with this very generic bearded Master. Then, of course, the show ends. And then this is when all hell breaks loose. Right. Yeah. So, in 89, with Survival, the last televised Master story, Anton Lee Ainley is the Master. And it ends with him zapping off into weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Soon after the show ended, there was a computer game released called Destiny of the Doctors, which was shit.
Like most Doctor Who games have been on computer and VR.
The good news is that it's very difficult to get hold of, and it rarely runs on modern computers. The bad news is I've got a copy and I can run it on an emulator. I've tried. However, unlike a lot of modern games, the structure of the CD is really nice. Anthony Ainley returns to play the Master, and actually Destiny of the Doctors is widely heralded as his best performance as the Master. It is toned down just the right side of the pantomime line.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a little bit crazy, but not John Sims level,
Okay.
And bizarrely, we will be returning to Destiny of the Doctors later on. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying how just yet. So yeah, that's Anthony Ainley. Right. Anthony Ainley, by the way, very strange person. He refused to work with Big Finish, which is actors, an actor's right and everything. Yeah. He was incredibly secretive about his life. And he was incredibly vitriolic about some of the production team. He used to describe John Nathan Turner as a power-mad control freak. And then in conventions after the series ended, he said, well, John Nathan Turner's no longer got power. He's no longer, power-mad. He's just a freak.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. So, early 1990s, the Virgin books, Seventh Doctor, we've talked about them on and off. They actually have the Master in 2 of them, but it's not the Anton Lee Ainley Master. Okay? It's a whole new Master that is allegedly based on the looks of Basil Rathbone. Okay? So we've got a new Master, and that's excellent. That's, I say he's in 2 of the books. I'm not going to say which 2 because he crops up as the surprise villain. Okay? And actually, those ones, I think it is worth keeping the surprise. Right. We then get the TV movie. In the original version of the TV movie, the opening monologue isn't delivered by Paul McGann, it's delivered by Gordon Tipple, who is the Master who is exterminated by the Daleks. Right. So you then got Eric Roberts, who disappears down the plug hole. Right. After the TV movie, we then go back in time Master-wise, and in the novel, The 8 Doctors, we find out how the Master got that worm thing that he swallowed. And it wasn't a glory hole, believe me.
Without glory,
it looked
it's just
like
a hole.
something. Yeah, without glory, it's just a hole. It looked like something out of a glory hole.
Yeah. Now, there is knocking around on the internet, by the way, an audiobook of The 8 Doctors. It's not one of my ones, but there is. I'll find a link to it, okay? But someone has done The 8 Doctors as an audiobook, and worryingly, someone has actually tried to do a video of it. If you value your eyesight, if you value your sanity, for the love of God, if someone offers you the chance to watch The 8 Doctors as a video, say no.
All right, then.
And that is, you'd think, okay, that's that. The Doctor Who comic strip then brings in a new Master, which allegedly is the one that follows on from the Eric Roberts one.
Okay.
Again, he is revealed as a surprise villain, although the surprise is not that it's the Master, the surprise is who it turns out to be that he's impersonating.
Oh.
Yeah. And again, that might be mentioned a little bit later on.
Okay.
The number of things that have just collided with my planning for tonight, everything kind of meshing together. So, that's all well and good. You got Eighth Doctor TV movie, which backtracks onto the Eight Doctors to show how he got the thing. And then we get the book, the Eighth Doctor book called Legacy of the Daleks, which then says how the Master went from Roger Delgado to the Crispy Fried Master.
Mm-hmm.
So we're already now getting Masters meeting out of sync.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, we then get the Curse of Fatal Death Master. Seriously,
right.
Trying to work out how all this was chronologically done. Right. Now, then we get to the other Anthony Ainley Master problem. Because Big Finish, understandably, initially said they were never going to recast characters. That's why they didn't get a sound alike to do Fourth Doctor adventures early on, that kind of thing, because they were dead against it. In some of their other ranges, due to tragic circumstances, they were forced to recast because actors died whilst they were making the range. And actually they realised that the fans didn't really kind of, mind.
Yeah.
So they came up with a superb way to recast the Master without recasting him.
Okay.
Yeah. I will spoil this one a little bit because it's basically kind of like a 20-year-old audio. The audio called Dust Breeding. Okay. Seventh Doctor and Ace guest starred an actress called Caroline John. At the time, because they weren't doing Third Doctor audios, Caroline John had been a companion of the Third Doctor. So, yeah, they were casting kind of ex-companion people in other roles whilst they were trying to find a way to bring them back into the kind of like the Doctor Who as the original characters. Right. Caroline John was married to Geoffrey Beevers. So when Geoffrey Beevers turns up in the same audio as Caroline John, everyone just thinks, oh, it was a nice, easy way to get two actors in one car for transport kind of thing, Turns out that, he was originally announced as playing the character called Sita. And then in the audios, he's referred to as Mr. Sita. M-R-S-E-T-A.
Yeah.
Master,
yes.
And they didn't tell anyone they were doing it. They dropped it in the end as the episode 2 cliffhanger that Sita is revealed to be the Master. And everyone's going, but you can't have them meet out of order. And really cunning.
Really? Have you?
No.
Have you not paid attention? Yeah.
What they did was they said it was the Anthony Ainley Master who, thanks to an experiment, had his tree mass body ripped off him. Therefore, he had unregenerated back into the Crispy Fried Master. So, yeah.
So you had a backwards regeneration?
Yeah, basically, because...
Okay, great.
Tremas, the Master stole someone's body, then he was played by Anthony Ainley, but then off-screen, that body was stolen from the Master, leaving him with the decayed Master underneath.
Okay.
Geoffrey Beevers has done loads of audios. I mean, we do not have time to list every audio featuring the Master, okay? Especially as it's a little bit confusing sometimes trying to work out if he's the original Crispy Master or the refried one.
The extra crispy Master.
The extra crispy, right. Okay. God. We then get to the box set called Unit Dominion.
Okay.
If you ever listen to this, listen to it with your windows open.
Okay.
So you can scream?
Because that way continuity won't shatter the glass as it's thrown out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unit Dominion is a continuity nightmare. Okay. And again, one day we will discuss all of this because, Dominion features the Seventh Doctor, a companion called Rain, who was in a mini set of adventures which were based on unmade TV stories, which, when they were released, were publicized as being outside of normal continuity because they were based on TV scripts. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It also features a character called Klein, who was introduced from the audios. And it introduces a brand new version of the Master, played by Alexander McQueen. I could describe what this Master looks like, but there's basically his twin sitting in front of me. Eric.
Okay. Well, there's two of us.
Yeah,
there had to be one of us.
He's the bald master, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I was trying to be tactful. The bald, vitriolic Queenie Master. He is. Oh,
how dare you!
Yeah.
I am not Queenie.
No. The twist though in Dominion is that when he turns up, he is originally passing himself off as a future version of the Doctor. Which is why the McCoy Doctor doesn't recognise him. But of course, it's revealed eventually that he is the Master. The problem is, I say, because Rain is in it, and it was done as a special box set, Rain was supposed to be outside of regular continuity, but then an awful lot of other audios took their continuity from Dominion, because the Alexander McQueen Master pops up right the way through the range, as does Klein. So basically they took one range which they said wasn't going to be part of continuity, took a character from it and put her into regular continuity, and oh god, it just melts. Right. You know when Missy met the John Sims Master?
Yeah.
And John Sims shot Missy. Yeah, not a surprise, because a couple of years earlier, the Crispy Fried Master and the Alexander McQueen Mad Master had a head-to-head, and one ended up shooting the other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a brilliant trilogy of stories, by the way.
Yes. Even the Master hates the Master.
It's actually done better than that. It's a trilogy, but not all in a row, as in not consecutive for the Doctor. There is a Fifth Doctor one, a Sixth Doctor one, and a Seventh Doctor one. Fifth Doctor one is called And You Will Obey Me. The Sixth Doctor one is the Mind Vampire. I forgot the title. And then the third one is just called The Two Masters. But it is a lot more complicated than that, and you do have to listen to it as a trilogy, and do not listen to the extras or read about it, because you will get spoilers for the twists at the end. Okay. Big Finish did also, by the way, have another Master, which was allegedly a pre-Delgado Master. He was shit, and the stories sucked. So yeah, let's move on from that one.
Okay. All right.
So 2003, they announced the relaunch of Doctor Who.
Okay.
Shame they didn't tell Russell T Davies they were relaunching it. Scream of the Shalka was initially touted as the future of Doctor Who. It was an online web animation. Richard E. Grant plays the Doctor. If you watch the episode Rogue, when you see the various headshots floating around, he is in there, just to confuse things. And Scream of the Shalka features the Master, played by Derek Jacobi. But because the Master in Scream of the Shalka is a robot, it's not the same Derek Jacobi Master as in the TV series.
Okay.
Yeah. So, before we get to modern stuff, there is a controversial window for the Master as well. So, Colin Baker, he had a troubled tenure as the Doctor. There was the 18-month hiatus, and there was supposed to be season 23, which eventually became the Trial of a Time Lord season, featuring the Master. But because they had already started work on season 23 when it was put on hiatus, we know what the plans were. And 2 of the stories were supposed to feature the Master. Okay. Very interesting, by the way, that no one really comments on the fact that kind of like, oh, there were going to be 2 with the Master? Now, one of them was never written. Okay. Story called Yellow Fever. And there's an awful lot of fan rumour, myth, and everything about what it was actually going to be about. But it was hotly stated to feature at least the Master, possibly also the Rani in some versions, and it was definitely going to be filmed abroad and all kinds of things. Another one from the unmade season, though, was called The Hollows of Time, written by the recently sadly departed Christopher H. Bidmead, and that would also have featured the Master. Big Finish have done a version of Hollows of Time. But the BBC told them they couldn't have the Master in it because it was going to be coming out round about the same time that the John Sims Master was going to turn up.
Oh.
So, in the audio version, you've got Professor Stream, Stream, see if you can work that one out. Who is very clearly the Master, but never formally identified as him, because the BBC didn't want him linked. However, on the Big Finish website, Hollows of Time does come up if you search for Master stories. Okay. And you would think that is as confusing as it could possibly get.
No, I wouldn't think that at all. No.
Oh, God. So, Bernice Summerfield, who I've mentioned many times, she was a companion with the 7th Doctor. She, off-screen, had sex with the 8th Doctor, then travelled again for a bit with the 7th Doctor. River Song, eat your heart out. Benny did it all before. And then she returned to lecturing archaeology, and during one of her lectures, the TARDIS materialised, and a whole new incarnation of the Doctor stepped out that we had never met before. Played by David Warner, absolutely amazing character actor. He's in loads of the Big Finish stuff, by the way. This turned out to be a Doctor from an alternate universe. Which means that, yes, in that alternate universe, there was an alternate version of the Master.
Of course. Yes. There has to be.
Yeah, there has to be, yeah. Right. And so to end with, I will show you what I think is possibly the ultimate Master picture. Where have I put it? It's down here. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to show off a little bit because I did actually splash out for the special editions. Okay?
Okay.
Big Finish did a box set called Masterful.
Okay.
And that is the cast of Masters on the front.
Is there 10 of them on there? There's 10 of them on there. 10 or 11.
Yeah. You have got Delgado, Crispy Fried. You've got the Kid Master from Sound of Drums.
Yes.
Which causes all kinds of problems, but that's for another day. You've got the Alexander McQueen Master, C, bald. Yep. Just turn your head to the side of it, Eric. Turn your head to the side. Yeah, that's that's a rather worrying look. You've got
Lex Luthor.
the alternate
Yes.
universe master. You've got Missy, John Sims, Derek Jacobi. You've got the Eric Roberts one, and you've got the Anthony Ainley one, who is recast and played by a voice actor called John Coleshaw. The special edition has sold out. It came out ages ago. Just to say though, it was a bit of a special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of the extras are now available as individual purchases from the Big Finish website. So even though the special edition has sold out, you can still buy Masterful as the regular edition. You can get the short story, I Am the Master, which Jeffrey Beavers himself wrote. You can get the short trips called The Switching, and you can get the novella, which is a 3-disc talking book called Terror of the Master. So, you can't get the kind of the fancy box layout, but you can get everything on it.
You can cobble together your own.
You can cobble together your own version.
Yeah.
And just to really take the piss, Derek Jacobi played the Master and Scream of the Shalka. TV, he was only in Utopia as the War Master. There have now been about a dozen box sets of War Master audio dramas from Big Finish, including ones where he basically regenerates into Derek Jacobi again. Because why wouldn't you?
Why not?
Why not? Sure.
And
just go ahead.
To end with, in the Titan comic strips, there is even a regenerated master who has regenerated into the body of a child.
Of course.
Kill me now, because quite frankly, I never ever want to research the master again.
Wow.
Yeah. I say,
thankfully, there's enough content we don't have to worry about accidentally going back over it.
Yeah.
No.
I say, genuinely, I had not twigged how much there was in the expanded universe.
Yeah, me either, and I'm sorry.
No. Been fascinating. Genuinely has actually been fascinating. Right. So last episode, I took some suggestions for some playlists.
Yes.
And we'll do it again for next episode. But let's see what we've got for you. So the only thing I can't remember is who asked for Cybermen and who asked for TARDIS.
Cybermen was me.
Right.
TARDIS was me. Yep.
We will start with the Cybermen one. Okay?
Okay.
This was actually really difficult to throw together because I didn't have to narrow it down.
There's a lot of good Cybermen stories.
Yeah. And I've tried to narrow it down to ones which I feel were interesting or relevant. Okay. Everyone has different tastes, so I would never just limit myself to saying, "Oh, I'll give you the good ones." I've gone with kind of stuff which I think is actually interesting and different. Right.
Okay.
So we're going back to the Wilderness Years for your first one, and you have not only got one entry for the first one, but it comes also with an expanded special edition.
Okay.
Right. Doctor Who's off the air. We've had the Paul McGann movie. It's disappeared. BBC decide randomly to start putting Doctor Who on the internet in new adventures. The first one they did, Death Comes to Time, I will never put on a playlist because I like you to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. The second one, though, is called Real Time. Now, officially, you can buy it on CD from Big Finish because it is technically a Big Finish production. Okay. What you can't get easily is the kind of I would say the animation that went with it, but we're talking kind of like 2001. Okay. Imagine basically like slideshow type, animation with occasional blur effects and stuff. But yeah, knocking around on the internet, there are various versions of the animation for Real Time, by the way. originally, the pictures were kind of diddy, because it was 2001. Some people have tried to upscale it using AI to various levels of kind of accuracy and stuff. The real reason, though, for putting it on there, apart from the fact it's a fun story, is it is a Sixth Doctor and Evelyn story. So it was the BBC officially acknowledging one of the Big Finish companions, and it is an absolutely glorious one. And it's gruesome in places. It's something that embraces the body horror of the Cybermen massively. So your first one was real time. Videos of it are knocking around on the internet, but you can buy the expanded audio from Big Finish.
Okay.
Right. Your second one comes in both paperback and audiobook form. Okay. And it's called Illegal Alien. And it's a Seventh Doctor and Ace Cybermen story.
Okay.
And it was actually, again, originally considered for television. So season 26 was the last one on television, and it was Doctor Who was pulled off the air before anything had officially been put into place for season 27. There are 5 Big Finish audios which are based on ideas that have been had for this potential season 27. But the reason Big Finish didn't do Illegal Alien was because the author, Mike Perry and Rob Tucker, actually adapted it into a full-blown novel. Okay? So, given that Mike Perry worked on the Seventh Doctor era, it's actually a very, to see how the TV series might have gone, it's a really good one. The main reason that it wasn't in season 26, which was when they started pitching it, was because it is set during World War II, and they already had a World War II story for season 26. Right. Number 3 is a Big Finish audio. Okay. It's called The Fourth Generation. It's Eccleston versus the Cybermen. One of 2 that they've done. It is a 2-part story. It's a really good one. Just being Eccleston on audio is enough of a reason to recommend it. But it is actually a brilliant one. You've got the Brigadier in there. And before UNIT became UNIT on television, Big Finish had done a whole load of boxes with their version of UNIT, led by Kate Lethbridge-Stewart. And the Fourth Generation actually features the origin of how one of the UNIT team ended up in UNIT. So along with being a fantastic story with new iterations of the Cybermen, it also ties into UNIT and starts to give you an insight into some of the characters in that. Right. Penultimate on my list, I'm being a bit sneaky.
Okay.
Right. This is a compilation of backup strips from Doctor Who magazine. Okay. When Doctor Who magazine started in 1979, it was Doctor Who Weekly, aimed at very young kids. They had the main Doctor Who strip, but they also at the back had various kind of like one-off strips or adaptations of War of the Worlds, that kind of thing. And then they started doing Doctor Who-based ones. So, for example, you've got kind of Auton-based ones. Really good story, actually. You've got ones based on the demons. Why they chose to do that, I have no idea. Key thing, though, is this guy is called Croton. He is a Cyberman with a soul.
Okay.
He appears in the backup strips. And then, many years down the line, he turns up in the 8th Doctor comic strips and ends up fighting the Master.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat.
The 8th Doctor ones are a bitch to find physically these days, but they knock around online quite a lot. So basically, you are looking, if I just pull it off the shelf, there he is. there is modern-day Croton with the Eighth Doctor
wow.
and Izzy in the collection called The Glorious Dead. And yeah,
Nice.
in here you meet the Master from the comic strips who follows on from the Eric Robert Master. And to end the Cyberman playlist, I've gone for a work of non-fiction.
Okay.
There is actually an audiobook type thing of this as well, because the physical book is quite difficult to get. David Banks, who played the Cyber Leader, actually came up with a history of the Cybermen, which kind of, it's the fictional history of them. So rather than just, they were in this story, they were played by such a, he's woven it into a complete history about how the Cybermen get from one form to another. It's a really interesting, and he did it as a series of talking books as well called the Archive Tapes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you get comics, you get audios, and you get semi-factual.
Sweet.
Right.
Semi-factual.
Yeah. It was done in from the perspective of a race of alien archivists. Right.
Makes sense.
The TARDIS playlist. This was actually, I won't say a challenge to do, but it's not one that... The trouble is the TARDIS was used very much as a taxi. So a lot of the classic series and everything didn't really do much with the TARDIS other than take you from one place to another and then leave it. Right. First one on your list is, well, technically it's the novelization of one of the TV episodes, but I'm going to recommend it in audiobook format because that is still easily available, called The Edge of Destruction. On TV, it is 2 parts, so about 50 minutes in total. It was done as an emergency stopgap bottle-type episode story. And the novelization takes one look at it and goes, yeah, that's going to fill 2 pages. It rewrites it. And it really, basically it is still set entirely within the TARDIS, but the novelization takes you right round the TARDIS rather than just in the control room and one room off the side of it. And the audiobook is read by William Russell, who is amazing as an audiobook reader. So yeah, your first one is an audiobook. Right. Second one, again, this is the special edition. You can get the regular edition off the Big Finish website. The Light at the End.
Okay.
Yeah. This was done as the 50th anniversary Big Finish audio. Okay. And yes, it features 5 living incarnations, because by this time Tom was on board. And it has voice artists doing Doctors 1, 2, and 3. And basically, yeah, it is a TARDIS catastrophe story. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to recommend the 40th anniversary one called Zagreus, but then I remembered that I liked you.
I'm so glad you like me. Oh, yeah. Yay.
But yeah, this is... I actually re-listened to it once I decided... And yeah, I've had a blast listening to it.
Yay.
And guess who the principal villain is?
The Master?
The Master! Yeah.
Hey. Talk about your crossovers.
Yeah. And remember that really bad computer game that I told you about?
Yes.
That's set entirely within the TARDIS. Basically, imagine the BBC trying to do their own version of a Doom-type engine.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Now make it worse in your mind.
Right.
No, worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I might send you some video.
I'm having flashbacks to old DOS games.
Yeah,
Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah. And although Anthony Ainley is on full video, or what was full screen video back then, but is like that now. Yeah, you basically got to wander around a 3-dimensional Doom-style TARDIS. There were various challenges to complete, and you got to meet Daleks, Autons, Cybermen.
All in the TARDIS.
All in the TARDIS,
Just hanging out, yes.
Yeah. The game sucked. Believe me, the game really bloody sucked.
Every Doctor Who game I've tried to play has sucked. And
but what
the
I'll
closest one
is I will upload a couple of the Anthony Ainley clips so you can see just exactly what Anthony Ainley is like. But I will also see if I can do a couple of quick clips of the gameplay so that you can see what that's like. Right. Penultimate one for the TARDIS is anti-penultimate. There's two more. You of course also get a graphic novel collection.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah. Not quite so TARDIS heavy, but in this one there are a couple of stories which are really TARDIS heavy. The one that I wanted to recommend, in particular, if you don't want to hunt down the graphic novel and you just want to find the strip online, is one called Funhouse, where you can see that the TARDIS is going to be quite heavily influential. It's also a great one if you want to get an introduction to Frobisher, one of the comic strip companions. And there is also possibly a guest appearance by Perry. But I am leaving it as possibly. Right. Novel I'm going to recommend is called State of Change. Okay. And this is one of the early ones from the 90s. Officially, it is a 6th Doctor and Perry story. Other Doctors may or may not feature, wearing different levels of clothing.
Okay.
Yes, William Hartnell in a leather loincloth does feature in the book. But
sorry, my brain just saw that, and I was
I just can't unsee that now.
I am going to be a bit teasery though. The book is very TARDIS heavy.
Okay.
And a lot of action takes place in the TARDIS, but that's not the reason it's very TARDIS heavy. State of Change is by Christopher Bulis. I will leave it at that at the moment for the description of it.
Okay.
Your factual book. This is a fan-produced book, by the way. This is not an official BBC one. This is The TARDIS Chronicles.
Okay.
Oh.
Just a slimline volume.
Just
very thin, yes.
Yeah. This is the
pocket version.
Single most brilliantly researched book about the TARDIS it is possible to get.
Wow,
okay. I mean, it doesn't just detail the journeys and everything. It has very accurate illustrations of every possible kind of control section, including the wooden one. Close-ups of different ones. It even tells you which controls the Doctor uses for which things in which episodes.
Wow.
It details. Hold on.
That is a lot of detail.
Goes through like wall paneling and everything. It is an amazingly detailed book. Okay.
When did that come out?
It's called Volume 1, but he said he's probably not going to do a Volume 2. It was published in 2020.
Okay, so fairly recent.
Oh yeah, no. And basically it covers everything up to and including the McGann TV movie.
Okay.
I think there were rights issues, which might be why the second volume didn't arrive.
Yeah.
And of course, trouble is you then get into things like, well, do we include Big Finish? Do we include the novels? That kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And I went for, being me, I went for the gay list. Okay. Because there's a couple of things I actually really wanted to publicize on here to get people to hunt down. Okay. It wasn't actually just me being kind of, stupid. There's a very good reason for me doing this. So, first off is a Big Finish audio called The Creeping Death. Okay. It is a 10th Doctor and Donna story.
Oh.
And it is set during a real event in London in 1952.
Okay.
It is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it's got a couple of gay people as the companions. We have been petitioning Roy Gill, who wrote it, to try and do a sequel featuring these gay characters and their fabulous bus. Sadly, so far, to no avail. Roy, if you ever watch this, thank you for everything you've ever written. You're a bloody brilliant writer. He really is. He's superb.
Nice.
Right. Okay. Also with Big Finish. Okay, I'm going to recommend a trilogy. Okay. Because I kind of wanted to get people into kind of other styles of audio. Okay, so Big Finish mostly do full cast audios, but they did an entire range called the Companion Chronicles, which was basically kind of like two voices, but doing lots of the characters, doing the narration, doing acting out scenes and stuff like that. And quite a while ago, they actually did a trilogy. The titles are The Perpetual Bond, Cold Equations, and The First Wave. And in The Perpetual Bond, the Doctor, the first Doctor, William Hartnell version, who may or may not have been homophobic in real life, no one seems to be able to agree on it, gets a new short-term companion called Oliver. And yeah, given the list that I put this on, it's probably pretty obvious why Oliver is desperate to get away from early 1960s London.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah. I won't say they are the strongest stories, but I think actually, though, this kind of having someone who was in a very dangerous position in their personal life, before they join the Doctor, and suddenly realizing there is more out there, that there is acceptance out there, I think that's really, really important.
Right.
Penultimate one is a podcast sort of thing type affair. Okay.
Okay.
Called Redacted.
Oh, okay.
It is a 10-part drama that is based around a podcast, and it is basically around gay, lesbian, and transgendered Doctor Who type people. It was broadcast by the BBC, so it's not like a fan thing. It is a genuine BBC product. Jodie Whittaker guests in it. It's not like a kind of a minor thing. It was, at the time, they really, pushed the boat out on it. It is written, the first series, because they've done 2 series of it. The first series was done by Juno Dawson, who is a very talented Doctor Who writer. She's written a couple of the novels. Some people want her as the new showrunner. But yeah, Redacted. It is brilliant. And it will introduce you to so much of the Doctor Who universe if you are looking for ways into it. Right. And the final one, the one I was desperate to do the gay list for, is this book.
Is it this show? Oh.
No.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Bad Therapy.
We're number 11 on the list.
Bad Therapy, right.
Also a small book.
It's 200 and it's like 90,000 words or so. It comes towards the end of the New Adventures, before the McGann movie buggered everything up. Okay. Originally, the Doctor at this stage of the thing had been traveling with 2 companions. One of them passed away. Okay. They did what RTD and Moffat and Co. don't do. They killed one of the companions.
Right.
And then the remainder of the range, the last handful of books, deals with the fallout of, the death of this companion. Right. The surviving companion, Christopher Quedge, well, put it this way, he's 6 foot, blonde and built. In one book...
Oh.
Eric has just realised why I used to use Quedge as my handle on so many things.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I mean, in one book, one of the female characters accidentally sees him naked and practically faints. And in another book, he's naked, and one of the companions goes, "Geez, I was joking about you having a vestigial bone." But this one, Bad Therapy, it's again set in 1950s UK. Homosexuality massively illegal. You know?
Yes.
This is a gay love story with aliens, with all kinds of things. I read it basically when I was dealing with my own sexuality in the early 90s. This book reduces me to tears every time I read it, but in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't want to go too much into the plot because it develops in ways you're not expecting, everything like that. But it is a gay love story in Doctor Who. And I think, this for me was the book that really kind of pulled me back from brink kind of thing and helped me realize, okay, something will happen eventually kind of, It is really emotional, quite traumatic in places, but it's fantastic. And Quedge fits into the gay scene quite nicely, let's say. Yeah.
Especially with that vestigial bone.
Yeah. Right. So thankfully, I know that neither of you are going to recommend The Master for a playlist.
No.
So, Mike, what would you...
But I'm going to screw you over.
Yeah, no, I knew you would. Right. So, Mike, I'll let you go first.
I had so many thoughts about what would be a good playlist, and I wanted to kind of go a little bit on the more, I don't know, obscure side.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I like that.
The alien that was stretched out as skin. What was her name?
Cassandra.
Oh,
Cassandra.
Yes.
Yes, she's only
moisturize me.
She's only in 2 stories. How am I going to do a playlist out of that?
Oh, she's only in 2 stories?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure? In the extended universe? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. The other one was the cat nurses.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, there's a few ways to bring that in.
There's a few of those in there,
A few other bits that I can kind of tangentially bring in.
Yeah.
So kind of the cat nurses, okay. That gives me a good few ideas as to what I could do. Okay, yeah. Eric, go on.
All right. Best meetings of historical figures.
Oh, you
with
bastard.
good stories.
That was going to be my bloody list. Right. Fortunately, I had a backup plan. Yeah.
Because I didn't.
So we got cat nurses, which will spread out a little bit with themes and everything. We've got historical figures. So I'm going to go with my backup choice of extra dimensional. In other words, those stories where they're kind of, you're thinking, what universe is this set in?
Okay, right.
Basically, Toymaker style monsters, lands, everything like that. Because that, to me, also really expands the kind of the, shows you the horizons of the show. I got one last thing to say. Just to tie everything together.
Okay.
I did something by accident. I was recording a batch of stuff to be released during November, okay? And I picked a short story to record for my channel. That features the Master teaming up with the Cybermen in a really ramshackle, beaten-up TARDIS.
Wow.
By the time this is released, it will be on my YouTube channel, and I will not spoil the surprise of who else turns up in it, though. Because I originally picked it for the other thing that's in it.
Okay.
Only I, at random, could accidentally do the Master, the Cybermen, and the TARDIS in one story.
Nice.
Right.
Oh. So I'm going to do it to us again next month.
Okay.
We're gonna go into another one of the Doctor's most prolific enemies, and we're gonna go to do the Daleks.
The Daleks.
Oh, brilliant!
Yes.
That's going to be a nice short one for me to do expanded universe on.
Yes. Yeah. But I figure we have to do that eventually. I mean, let's get it out of the way. It's gonna.
Oh God, do you want to know something? I've just recorded a podcast about them for my YouTube channel.
Oh, good.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
I'll listen to that then, so I don't have to do any of the research.
But this, I'll say, it will be out by the time this episode is released.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been talking about the lost stories, the unmade stories.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've actually done a podcast, a thing about the original version of the first Dalek story, because what we got on screen wasn't what was written. So actually, I've just spent the last week researching and putting this thing together.
Well, there's some deep lore for the Daleks.
Yeah,
there's a lot of really deep lore for the Daleks. I mean, and it's again, them also being time traveling capable has caused all kinds of different permutations and variations of Daleks.
So round about mid-November, you're going to hear this thud as my head just repeatedly hits the desk. Right. Daleks. It had to be Daleks. Right.
We had to cover them eventually. We can't just let them sit there.
Oh, if only you
or
knew
hover
what
there.
Worms you'd just release from a can. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I can only imagine.
Right.
Because I'm only familiar with a small portion of the Dalek lore, but I know enough about it that I know I don't know enough about it.
I will for next month. I will again. I've got some animations that I will send you, which fans have done, which are absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah,
I can remember the very first thing in the Daleks that drove me crazy was when all of a sudden they could hover and fly. I was sitting there watching the show and I was like, when did they fucking learn to fly?
Remind me of that next recording.
Okay.
Because there is a brilliant story about that.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the same thing with R2-D2. When the hell did he learn how to fly?
Right? Yeah. It's like, and if he could fly, why did they have to pick him up with the thing and put him on the ship?
Right.
He could have put himself in there. Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on another journey through time and space with the Doctor. Remember, you can support the show by liking and subscribing on YouTube or subscribing on Buzzsprout for as little as $3 a month. You can send us an email at 3dowho@gmail.com or text us from 3dowho.buzzsprout.com. The link is at the top of every episode show notes. Remember to leave your name and a way to contact you if you want to reply, because otherwise we have no idea which episode it came from. And so you can also follow us on Blue Sky, 3dowho.bsky.social, or join us on Telegram group chat at 3dowho. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.